everyone. Hello guys, I'm starting the movie soon. So just put this on and then trying to pretend nothing has happened. Then fixing the camera. Throw the book. Wait, I have a book. Is it landing loud? Wait, no, here's the book. That's what the sound is gonna be do. And this time, I've got a surprise to you. This hat. Number one, it's warm. Number two, I love to squeeze it on its feet, so I do like this. See? Squeeze on both of them. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And they're super cozy. First, I want a Pikachu one, but my mama didn't see any Pikachu, so she take from me this little duck. At first, I think it's bird. Then, I think it's a goose. I didn't know what type of animal is that. And last, I know it's a duck. Say hello to everyone. Hey, say hello to everyone. I think our Spirit of Fantasy team is fainted because I threw him too hard. Anyway, just get on here. Wait, no, he isn't fainted. He catches a cold. Oh my gosh. Okay, just ask later I asked Amaya. First, I just made him to be better from the cold. I didn't see him talk or work because I think he's hibernating or sleeping. I think he's sleeping early because tomorrow I'll be leaving for one night. So let's read the part 2 of this one. Junie B. Jones, The Toothless Wonder. Chapter 6, Full of Soup. That night, Daddy took me into bed. He said that polyaphan brother is full of soup. Huh? That mean he eats so much soup? I don't know. But soup is one of the things that Carmen really loves. Hey, why you tell me secret? Oopsie dipsy. There's no such thing as a tooth witch, Junie B, he said. I promise you there isn't. Polly Allen Puffer brother just made that up to scare Polly Allen. And then Polly Allen said it to scare you too. I shook my head. No, Daddy, no. It's not made up. I know it isn't. 'Cause Tooth Witch made sense, that's why, I said. She made a way more sense than a fairy. Daddy raised his eyebrows. Why? He asked. Why does a witch make more sense than the fairy? I said, 'cause a tooth witch likes to chomp the teeth. But the tooth fairy doesn't do anything with the teeth at all, right? So why would she even pay money for them? Daddy did a little frown. Well, I know exactly, he said, but I'm sure that she must do something with the teeth, Junie B. Some movies I see the tooth fairy eat the teeth just like the tooth witch. Some books said the tooth fairy use it for the little bees, tiny goblins. Use it for tiny bees to build as a playground. Use for some tiny goblins as money to buy candies. And used for other fairies to build the houses. Some books read like that. There are other things to do with your teeth besides chomping them, you know. Like what? I asked. Daddy put his head in his hands and he fought and fought and fought. After he got done thinking, he went to get Mother. She came to my room carrying Fussy Ollie. She handed him to Daddy and sat down on my bed. Daddy said you have another problem about the Tooth Fairy, he said. I nodded. Yes, I said, 'cause if there's really a fairy, then she had to make a reason to want teeth, right, Mother? She wouldn't just throw them in the garbage, 'cause that wouldn't make any sense. Plus, also, it would hurt my feelings. Mother hugged me. No, Junie B, of course she doesn't throw him in the garbage. What if she does? I don't know. She said, I'm sure the fairy does something very special with the teeth. Like what? I said. Mother ran her tired finger through her hair. She stood up and walked back and forth on my robe. Then all of a sudden, her face got brighter. I know, I bet the fairy uses teeth to make jewelry, she said. At first, Daddy and I didn't say any words. Well, we just stared and stared at the woman. Jewelry? I said finally. Mother smiled. Yes, of course, she said. She probably used the teeth to make little tooth necklace and bracelet and cute little toe rings. Toe rings? How does that sound? I made a sick face. It sounds repulsive, said Daddy. Mother stopped smiling. She quick took Ollie back from Daddy and she hurried out of my room. After she left, Daddy finished tucking me in bed. I'm sorry about that, Junie B, he said. I'm afraid Ollie was your mother worn. Has your mother worn too frazzle these days, but I'm sure she's not right about that jewelry things. He did a little shiver. No, certainly she's not, he said. Then, before I could ask any more question about the fairy, he kissed me good night, and he rushed out of my room as fast as Mother. That night, I did not put my tooth under my pillow. Also, I did not put it under the night after that, or the night after that. 'Cause what do you know? The theory still did not make sense. Chapter 7. A Stumper. The next morning was school. I put my spit cup into my backpack and took it to my bus stop. 'Cause Mother said I couldn't take my tooth. But the spit cup was Grandpa's idea. I saved her my seat, and it bounced up and down real excited, 'cause I couldn't wait for him to see me, of course. Finally, he got to his bus stop. I waved to him from the window. Then, I leaned my face real close to the glass. I smiled my biggest smile. Herb eyeballs popped out of his head. He ran on the bus zippity quick. It came out, Herb, it came out, I said. My tooth came out on Friday, and it's been out ever since. I smiled for him again. See me, Herb? See how I look? I look fascinating, right? I don't look like Uncle Lou, hardly. Herb eyeballs kept on popping out at me. Whoa, he said. Wow. I laughed at that nice comment. I smiled and pointed. See my tooth hole, Herb? Huh? I look cute, right? I don't even look like Uncle Lou, correct? Herb said wow again. After that, I quick got my backpack and I unzipped the zipper. Yeah, only wait till you see these, Herbert, I said. I brought something special for you to see. After that, I pulled out a cup. I put it on his lap. Ta-da! It's my spit cup, Herb. I use this cup to rinse an actual spit. I showed him the edges. See the pink color right there? The pink is from the bleeding. Herbert's face did not look delighted. Okay, thank you, he said. Please get it off of me now. I got it off, but I thought you would like this, I said very disappointedly. Herb patted me. Live and learn, he said. Yeah, I think quite gross. But teeth will be better, but just do not put your own things on other people's. Not nicer. Just let them look and that's all. Pretty soon, his face got normal again. How much money do you get from the fairy, Junie B? He said. You get a lot of cash? Then stomach did a flip-flop at that question, because I didn't want to discuss that matter, of course. I squirmed in my seat, kind of worried, and I looked out the window, and I didn't talk. Herb tapped on me. What's wrong, Junie B? He said. How come you're not answering me? The fairy did come, right? She didn't forget you, did she? I looked all around, and I scooped next to him very close, and I quiet my voice to a whisper. Yeah, only I can't even discuss that matter, Herb, I said, because I know stuff about that fairy. Stuff? What kind of stuff? He asked. I whispered even softer. Sorry, I said, but I have to keep it a secret, and so please don't ask me any more questions, and I mean it. After that, I pretend to lock my lips, and I threw away the key. How did you even lock your lips? I saw that on TV once. Herb looked annoyed at me. I unlocked his lips again. Don't be mad at me, I said. I can't help what I know, Herb. And anyway, all you have to do is think about it, 'cause the fairy doesn't make sense. Herb scratched his head. What do you mean she doesn't make sense? Why doesn't she? I crossed my arm. Because what does a fairy do with a teeth, Herbert? Huh? Did you ever ask yourself that problem? Ask Google. Why would a fairy pay money for her teeth when she doesn't use them? It sounds kind of fishy, don't you think? Herb just stared at me. Well, I said, you know the answer, Herb? A fairy wouldn't just throw a teeth in the garbage, would she? 'Cause that doesn't even add up. Only nobody knows what she does with them, apparently. Not even you, I bet. I skipped Google. Why did you even ask Google? I think that time they haven't even invented phones or iPads or computers or TV. Wait, no, TV has invented. I think so. I never thought about it, he said. He tapped on his chin. What does the fairy do with all the teeth? Was a stumble, all right. After that, he slid away down to his seat, and he thought some more. I thought some more, too. We rode to school real quiet. Chapter 8. Smiling. When we finally got to school, I started feeling shaky inside, because I didn't want to get laughed at, remember? Plus, I'm still concerned about the fruit throwing. I closed my mouth real tight and I walked back to my desk. Leanie waved and smiled and waved at me. I waved back, very slow. I did a shy smile. That's when Leanie jumped from his desk and he did a loud whoop. Cool, he said. You look cool, Junie B. Jose heard Leanie and came to me. Then he grinned and grinned at my brand new smile, and he gave me a happy high five. And that not even best part. Not 'cause Mr. Scary saw what I was going on, and he came all the way to my desk to see my tooth, and he gave a smiley face sticker. After that, he clapped his hands together, and he made an announcement to room 1. I told him I lost my tooth, and he asked me to stand up and show him all my special new smile. I swallowed real nervous. Then stood up kind of jittery, and I opened my lips teeny bit, so the children could see my tooth hole. And what do you know? Rue 1 was happy for me, and all of them smiled real nice. Except not May, of course. May just rolled her eyeballs. What a weird girl. I think she's jealous of Junie B. I think she heard like, why does Junie B got that and then I didn't? I feel like that. I think you look weird, Junie Jones, she said. I think your smile looks silly. I sat down. No, May, this is a silly smile, I said. Then I put my fingers in the side of my mouth. I stretched my smile across my face and I wiggled my tongue at her very fast. Leanie and Jose laugh and laugh. I think I like this. But mostly I do like this. That's what. Or sometimes I'd say, Touche! That's short for nah, 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 nah. I learned from a movie. But I forgot the name of the movie. No, wait, I still remembered. The movie name was The Thundermans. I do really like it. It's quite funny. Really funny superheroes, I see. And guess what? At lunchtime, I made my face even funnier, because Leanie gave me a raisin and put it right in my tooth hole and stuck there very hilarious. Shirley laughed her head off at that joke. I'm beginning to enjoy that girl. So how much did the tooth fairy leave you? She asked. Did you get a bundle? Yeah, said Leanie. I was wondering that too. I don't think so. I would never do that because I think I'm a big girl now. I don't really need money yet. But what I want money is for toys. But not really. I want to collect the peoples that really look like in my team, that's what. I start feeling squirmy again. I look at her, kind of worried. I try to explain the matter to them. Well, Junie B didn't exactly leave her tooth for the fairy yet, he said. All the children look at me. Why? They said. Why didn't you leave it, Junie B? I squirmed some more. Then finally I took a deep breath. I got issue with that fairy, that's why. I said kind of quiet. Issues? Asked Leanie. Like what kind of issues? I swallowed real hard. Issues like, well, you know, like what does she do with a teeth, for instance? I said. For a minute, nobody said anything. Then May made a cuckoo sign at me. What does fairy do with a teeth? She said. What kind of dumb issue is that? I flashed my angry eyes at that girl. Well, if it's so dumb, then you must know the answer, right, May? I said. And so what does a fairy do with a teeth, huh? She doesn't pay money just to throw them away, does she? After that, I waited for her to answer. The other children waited too, but May didn't say anything. Well, I said. Well, said Shirley. Well, said Jose. Then finally, May's face turned red, and she went to get a drink of water. After that, the whole lunch table started talking about the fairy. Only no one knew what she did with her teeth. I wondered and wondered. But all of a sudden, Lucille stood up and she fluffed her fluffy dress. And guess what? I don't really care about what the tooth fairy does with her teeth. All I care is about how much money she leaves. He only cares about money and rich, Lucille. I think you're full of greed. And if Santa, or if the Tooth Fairy knows that, she'll think in her head, next time I will only take her teeth, not giving her money. But I'm only giving her a letter, and what it reads like, I'm sorry, Lucille. I heard what you said. You said you doesn't care about me. You only care about my money, so I will not leave any money for you until you apologize what you said. From the Tooth Fairy. She looked at room 1. Nothing about without money, people. Remember that, she said. Not really. Just adults. But we've still got normal lives and happy lives. Sometimes only the adults pay for the bills and we playing, cause we doesn't know what money to use for yet. You guys gonna think money is to buy toys and snacks, but no. Only money could buy all the things you needed and pay for bills that you really have to. If you want to learn more about monies and what we're using for, you can ask your parents. I just only said that. I tapped my fingers on the table, kind of annoyed. Yeah, only that doesn't even answer my question, Lucille, because I still doesn't know what she does with her teeth. Lucille put her hands on her hips. Well, maybe she just collects them, she said. Did you ever think of that? Huh? Collecting stuff is a hobby, you know. My Richie Nana collects tons of junk, and she pays good money for it too. I tapped my fingers some more. Then I put my chin in my hands, and I thought about Lucille's Nana. Finally, I started to smile a little bit, because maybe Lucille's idea might make some sense, possibly. Pretty soon, her smiled a bit too. A tooth collection, huh? He said. Maybe that's the answer, Junie B. Yeah, that just might be it. The fairy might collect a teeth as a hobby or something. Sure, said Leanie. There's nothing wrong with collecting stuff. Like, I collect baseball cards, but I don't really do anything with them. And I trying to collecting all the characters of the fantasy teams. Only need 21 people. 20. Because Lippy and Lipko has get out of a team because they sleep too much that they miss the Tet holiday. And I'm feeling like we're hibernating so much, so I said, I'm sorry, but 2 of you need to get out of a team. They don't really disappointed, and they said, good for me. I just still got my really long hibernate till I'm 20, and then I'm gonna wake up and get a normal life. And that time, till we are 20, I gonna get back Lippy and Lipko. So Lippy and Lipko can rest because they got a big hibernate. See, and I collect matchbox cards, then said Jose. What's wrong with that? Just then, Sheldon sprang up from a table. Yes, and I collect vacuum cleaner bags. And the doctor says that's perfectly normal. After that, Sheldon laughed, and he pretended to vacuum his pants. All of us moved away from him, and the bell rang and everyone went outside for recess. That afternoon, I wrote in my journal, Dear first grade journal, me and her talked some more on the playground. We decided that the Tooth Fairy had a tooth collection. Probably, and that is not even weird. Possibly. and I promised her I would put my tooth under my pillow tonight. I hope we're right about this woman. From Junie B, 1st grader. P.S. I wish me all the best. Chapter 9. Miracles. That night, Mother put me in the bed. Daddy was in baby Ollie's room. He heard Ollie fussing. What fussing? I think it's another word for crying. I bet you're glad I'm not that bad, right, Mother? I said. That baby is paining our necks, right? Mother laughed. Oh, believe me, Junie B. You were no peach when you're your teething either, she said. She tickled me a little bit. Speaking of teeth, tonight is big night, right? She said. Tonight the night you're finally leaving your tooth for the fairy. I covered my face with a sheet. Don't remind me, I said. Mother laughed again. Don't be silly, this is going to be fun. She handed me the tooth to put under my pillow. I handed it right to Mother. You do it, Mother. You put it under my pillow, okay? I said. And put close to the edge, please, 'cause I don't want the fairy jumping around down there. Mother put it close to the edge. She let me check it. After that, she leaned down and she gave me a big hug. I'm very proud of you, Junie B, she said. I'm proud that you got all over that silly nonsense Polly Alien Puffer told you. Thank you, I said. I'm proud of me too. After that, Mother kissed me good night, and she turned out my light. I quick turned it on again. Yeah, only I think I will sleep with a light tonight, I said. You know, just in case I have come running out of my room in the middle of the night because there's a witch in here. Mother did a sign. Whatever, she said. After that, she gave me another hug and she closed my door. I jumped up and opened it again. Yeah, only I think I'll sleep with the door open tonight, I said. You know, just in case I start screaming my head off in the middle of the night because the witch in here. Mother said, I give up. I give up means the same as whatever, I believe. After that, she kissed me one more time and she left my room. The next morning, I woke up very relieved. And guess what? I made it through the night, that's what. I hugged myself real happy. When all of a sudden, I remembered about the fairy, and heart started to pound and pound. 'Cause maybe there was money under the pillow, right? Right that every minute. I took a very big breath. When very careful, I reached under there and felt all around. My fingers touched something. I grabbed a hold and pulled it out and sat up straight in bed and I laughed and laughed. 'Cause good news, huh? Good cash. Great. I think I should do it. After I get rid of this tooth out of my teeth, my mouth. 'Cause it's just so annoying. I wish you take out of my mouth, silly tooth. I zoom into the kitchen and skip around the table. Cash! Cash! I got cash! I hollered real thrilled. You want to see it, huh? You want to see my cash? Please raise your hand. I looked all around the kitchen and I stopped skipping because no one was actually in here. I zoomed back down the hall. Mother, Daddy, where are you? Where are you? The fairy left me money. Mother stuck her head out of Ollie's room. We're in here, honey, she called. I skipped into Ollie's room and showed them my money. Look, people, I got cash. I got cash, I said. Only I don't know how much it adds up to. But it's a bundle, I bet. Daddy's eyes got big and wide at money. Whoa, the tooth fairy must have been feeling very generous last night, he said. I know it, I said. I love that fairy, Daddy. She left me money, and she didn't even pinch my cheeks. Ollie was sitting in his crib. He smiled out of the bars at me. I looked surprised at him. What's wrong with Ollie, Mother? I asked. Why is he smiling? If he's sick or something? Mother laughed. No, silly, he said. When I came in this morning, he was playing in his crib, happy as can be. I scratched my head. Really? Ollie's happy? I said. That's odd. Daddy picked him up. Well, actually, Ollie had his little surprise for us this morning, too, he said. He sat down with Ollie on the floor. Then very gentle, he took my finger and he rubbed it against Ollie's gums. Hey, I said. It's Ridgery. Daddy grinned. It sure is, he said. That Ollie's first tooth, Junie B. Oh my gosh. My whole mouth came open at that good news. A tooth? I said. Ollie got a tooth? I felt rigid some more. Wowie, wow, wow. Last night I did a good tooth night for both of us, I said. Yes, it was, said Daddy. And what a neat coincidence, huh? Ollie got his first tooth on the same night that the fairy came get yours. Mother ruffled my hair. It almost like Ollie was waiting for the tooth fairy to come too, Junie B. Just like you. When all of a sudden, I stood real still, and goosebumps came on my arms. Wait a minute, I said real soft. What did you just say, Mother? Mother looked at me kind of strange. I said it almost like Ollie was waiting for the tooth fairy to come too. And just then, I did a loud gasp. That's it, I said. That's it, that's it. I sprang way high in the air and turned all around and hugged Mother real tight. Ollie did wait for the fairy, I said. He waited for the fairy, just like me. Mother and Daddy raised their eyebrows, very curious. I skipped all around them in a circle. Don't you get it? I said. The fairy recycled. She recycled my baby tooth and she gave it to Ollie. What do you mean? That's quite gross. My feet started to dance. It's perfect, I said. It's just like Dan. Dan was soda can. The fairy took my tooth and she made it all shiny and new. And she made it all and she gave it to my very own baby brother. I quite bent down and felt Ollie's gum again. Yes, sir, Bob. That's my tooth. Well, all right. I know that tooth anywhere, I said. Daddy scratched his head. Well, Elby, he said. Mother laughed. What a great idea. It is, Mother, I said. It is a great idea. Plus, also, it is a big relief. 'Cause the tooth fairy doesn't just throw teeth in the garbage. Now I know that for sure. I look at my money again. Just like Miss Chris told us. I said, very squealy. Recycling makes sense. I get it, Mother. Get it, Daddy? Sense sound like sense. That's a good one, right? After that, I zoomed to my room to get dressed for school. I can't wait to tell the children, I said. Everyone is going to love this news. I put it on my favorite pants and sweater, and I quick ran back to Ollie and felt his tooth one more. And he smiled at me again. I smiled back at him, 'cause what do you know? I think I might like that boy after all. Yeah, he definitely looked really adorable. Don't you see it? And now it ends. I wish it got a part about showing all the kids. Now I need to ask Amaya for some medicine or our spirit cannot alive anymore. Wait. He's quite strong. Bye-bye.